Hello, friends on the internet. I am thrilled to be here today with the director of Mars, Sevan Najarian, and cast members Darren Trumeter, Timmy Williams, and Sam Brown. For those who don't know what this movie is about, I'm just going to give you a very basic synopsis because I want you to watch it for yourselves if you can. It's an animated film from the minds behind The Whitest Kids You Know that sees a group of misfits as they embark on a mission to Mars. That's all I'm giving you. Otherwise, you got to see it to either today at the Village East Angelica at 8 p.m. or the screening on June 7th at 9:30 p.m. at the AMC 19th Street on Saturday, June 15th at 8:15 p.m. at the Village East Angelica, or the final screening Sunday, June 16th at 9 p.m. at Village East Angelica. But long intro aside, Swan, Darren, Timmy, and Sam, thank you for joining me today and for, I guess, breaking my record for how many people I've interviewed at one time.
Good.
Nice.
Thanks for having us.
Nice to meet you.
We were going for it. It was tough to get, but yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, we gotta break this just irrelevant record. Just gotta do that.
Yeah, they didn't even know me. They just brought me so they could break the record. They're like, "Hey, man, we need another person in here."
You think you can do it?
Just get all the people. They'll just bring like 15 people in and be like, "Hey, interview 15 people."
Sure.
Yeah, they said it couldn't be done.
Well, if they build it, they will come, or something like that.
Yeah.
But jokes aside, it was probably a great way to start the day. So, Savon, I would love to hear what drew you to Mars, not the planet, the animated film. You're on Mars,
Yeah, I introduced myself as Sevan from Mars now. So
yeah,
what drew me to it? Well, I've been working with I was working with Trevor for a bunch, and I've known Sam for a while, and they approached me to look at a script that they wrote a long time ago. So and it was during the pandemic, and we had nothing to do. There was nothing going on, and I'm an animator, and I've been doing it for a while, so it just seemed like a perfect opportunity to do what I love doing is comedy, and I like to service, the comedy, especially if a well-developed sketch group like Whitest Kids was a huge draw because I knew that it was going to be funny. So I said yes before I even read the script. So I just wanted to make a feature for the first time, and a cartoon and a feature comedy was totally up my alley, especially in the sci-fi realm that they wrote it in. So it was really exciting to get involved right away.
Yeah, and then talking about the visual style, it kind of reminds me of Star Trek Lower Decks or some of the more recent Adult Swim stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd love to hear what you used as inspiration for that style.
Well, yeah. So I've been doing all the cartoons I usually do are adult styles, and I originally animated the pilot before the pilot of Rick and Morty. So it's
nice.
That's the new style now is Rick and Morty, for adult comedy cartoons. And so my experience has already been there. So that's just like what I wanted it to look like anyway, and that's just kind of what I'm used to dealing with animation wise. So it was just already pretty much up my alley for that.
Yeah, awesome. I can't wait to drop into Fortnite using the Mars characters.
Oh my god,
That'd be cool.
Peggy Bork in Fortnite could be.
Peggy Bork in Fortnite would be a hit.
Oh yeah.
I'd make my daughter play as Fortnite. I'd make my daughter play as Peggy.
That'd be amazing.
Not Wimmy, no.
Or herself, her own character.
Wimmy would be pretty awesome to play.
Huh?
And Wimmy would be pretty awesome to play in Fortnite.
Especially second
Love
or
that.
the third act Timmy or Wimmy, yeah.
Hey, why did you say Timmy? That's not Timmy. That's Wimmy. They're completely different.
Yeah, it's not the same person at all.
No.
But getting to that, I want to talk a little bit to all you. I'd love to hear the approach behind the characters that we're already kind of talking about, and the transition to voice acting. If y'all have any insights on that.
I mean, Evan picked up on a really key element of our group, like right away with the visual style of it, which is we are really lazy, and whenever we write a character, we like keep it pretty close to us and like who we are. And so he modeled the characters in the movie pretty, like close to like kind of have like physical characteristics of us in general. And I mean, like that's like we left like the breadcrumbs of Wimmy Tilliams and that. But like, with like Peggy Bork and all that, like it's the same thing with the TV show, which is we would, make characters instead of giving them names, we would just name them after ourselves, because it was like just to be like, oh well, that's a Sam type character, or this is a Trevor type character. We went a little bit further with this, and we actually like had characters, but these characters still were, shades of ourselves.
Yeah, I think the goal was to make sure, like, it's a sketch group, so usually on a sketch you just see the same people with a different wardrobe, different wig. So that's kind of our approach to the design, was just make it look like it's just another one of the sketches in their show. A lot of the designs was just looks very much like an actor playing the role. Was the approach to the design.
I was floored when we first saw the design. Everybody looks like ourselves. Sam's Peggy Bork looks so like such. It looks like Sam. It was great, but as like a weird lady. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Peggy Bork is exaggerated though, but I'm in a good way.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean, but in that like caricature way,
And then the girl character I play is just spot on.
Like, right. Yeah. Looks exactly like
smoking.
And
smoking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, it's a funny thing within itself, because there were moments when we were looking at the animations and we were like, with Darren's character, we were like, you guys are making her too sexy. You need to dial it down. This is supposed to be funny.
We never did that in the show.
Yeah. We swung for the fences in the show. That is true.
I'll never forget when we showed one of the early sketches, the sexy fawn sketch at a bar show. One of our very good friends who knows us all came out afterwards. And he's like, "Who's that hot chick that played the deer?" We're like, "That was Darren." He's like, "Oh no." I think he realized about himself.
We're like, "That's cool, dude. It's fine."
Yeah, man, whatever.
Do you want me to go get him? I'll get Darren to come talk to you right now. No.
Ask him if he likes me.
This makes me wonder what the recording sessions were like, because if this is like the energy you're bringing to a 9 a.m. interview, I can only imagine the voice recordings, like the stuff that got left on the cutting room floor.
Well, it was all COVID. I mean, like this is how it was over Zoom, and but like one of my like favorite little like touches is like that the animators like put in is that during the recording Trevor was reading a line that was like him saying "shut the fuck up," and I remember like being like, oh, this will be funny to show out of context and be like, Trevor's such a prima donna during recording. Anyway, so we have this clip of him going, "Shut the fuck up," and being really physical, and I showed one of the animators the clip while they were recording or doing the animation for that part, and then they copied his physicality in that moment. And so like his character has this line where it's doing a Trevor thing, and it's awesome. It's so fun that the physicality that he had in the reading ended up on screen.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think kind of highlights I don't know what they call it, but reference footage. It is so cool to look back. I mean, even going back to Lion King 94, or I'm sorry, no, Aladdin, where a similar thing happened with Robin Williams, where he was doing all these physical motions, and they were just like, "Okay, we have to put that in," It's not, but that's awesome. But yeah, going back to Seven, this animated film is a lot of things, comedy, social commentary, science fiction. What were the challenges in balancing those three things effectively?
I mean, I don't think there were very many challenges. I think it was a very solid script. I mean, they've been working on it for so long, and it sounded like they kept coming back to it every year and refining it. So it really did show in the script. I guess the only challenge was that it wasn't very descriptive. So I wouldn't call that a challenge. I would almost call it like creative freedom on my end. So like a lot of the, like, I think there was one thing was like a montage or something like that. And it was literally like the last thing we worked on was the Friends song montage. And it was that was probably the hardest thing to do, because we had multiple versions and some of it just didn't work. It was way too long and there wasn't much help in the script to like visualize that. So that was definitely the hardest part of the movie. But I think after a while, after we figured it out and we tried to put way too much into it, and we noticed that very early on, so we just decided to like cut it in half and just keep the best moments and just kind of progress the story of one of the characters instead of all of them. We were trying to like put story progression for all the characters in that song, and it just didn't work. So just working with that at the very 11th hour of making the movie was definitely a challenge.
Did the script just say, here, this is a montage?
Yeah.
That sounds like
I mean, like the thing is that like with coming from like sketch and live sketch too, whenever we would write sketches, we would be very dedicated to like, or I say dedicated, but like I think again this goes back to the laziness. Is like the only thing we would describe in our scripts would be the joke, and like we're very much like, let's let like everything else go, and like let's describe whatever meets like the joke that we need to focus on in this moment. And with that segment, it was such a funny thing because it was like the joke is in the lyrics of the song that's playing. So every other element of it, we were like, well, that's just background to these lyrics. And it was like so hard to not like hard, like it's so hard to work with people, but it was so hard for the rest of us, like even like the musicians making it, where we were like, all right, the joke is that the lyrics, so the music should be like kind of repetitive and everyone who like kind of like tackled it would like try and make it music. We'd be like, no, it's less than that. And it's just like our nature of just like focusing on the joke point, and like it's hard for us to like put emphasis on places that have to be there, but like are also at the same time like not the like point, the thing that we want to be pointing a spotlight at in the moment,
Yeah, we were telling all the musicians that were working on it to no, make it a shittier song. Like these are really good musicians, and we're like,
really good musicians.
Take that extra instrument out. That's too much.
Put too much. Put more compression on it.
No, what we ended up using actually was like someone sent us their temp track and they were like something like this, and we said, no, that's what it is. You're done.
Yeah, you're done.
But lastly, really quick, kind of a flowery question, but what do you hope audiences take away from your performances in the film as a whole when they watch Mars at Tribeca 2020?
That we're trying our best. We're just trying our best.
That we're cool.
We're just working with what we have, which isn't much. And just if you could watch it in that light, I think you'll enjoy it a lot more.
Yeah. And I also think, since it's crowdfunded, we want people to like watch it and be like, okay, cool, it was worth the wait, kind of thing.
It was worth it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they will.
Actually did it. Yeah.
What's that?
It's like we didn't steal their money. I think it's a good takeaway.
I think there was a period of time there with our fans where they were like, I don't think this is a thing.
Yeah. Me and Sam fielded some of that on Reddit, and Sam's normally nicer than me about it. Actually, Sam's brother Nate is really nice about it. He was the best at explaining things. But I would be like, we're not smart enough to do a scam. Like if we were trying to con you out of money, it wouldn't be this complicated.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's constantly trust me, the mistakes that we made are out of laziness and incompetence, not out of maliciousness. But I mean, like, it was really frustrating because a lot of that came like a week before we announced that we were in Tribeca. So we knew when the movie was going to come out.
Yeah.
And people were like, I don't think the movie's ever going to come out. And we constantly were like, no, it is. Yeah. We have news. It's coming up. We just can't say that. It's not our news to break.
Dude, the levy broke mid-April, early April, and we announced it, April 20-something? So it was it was 2 weeks. It's like, just shut up for 2 weeks.
I love telling our fans to shut up.
I had a similar situation with I knew about a film that was premiering at Tribeca before it happened, before they announced it. So I was like, I can't say anything to anyone, but I have it. So it was just this weird secret. So I entirely get that. Yeah. Embargoes and things like that. But with that said, I'd love to be on here all day with all of you, because this is probably the best interview I've conducted in recent memory. But Whenever I don't have to talk as much, that's great for me. And can laugh at 9:29 in the morning. That's great for me. But
So you must be in Central Time then.
yeah, Central Time. Yeah, in Arkansas. So
Oh, Arkansas. Okay.
yeah,
I live in South Dakota, so Central Time, bro.
One of our favorite shows that we ever did was in Conway.
Yeah,
oh nice.
that's right.
We went on a very long tour. We've done so many cities, and everyone's like, "So what's the best city? Miami, New York, LA, San Fran? Which one is it?" And we're like, "Conway,
Nope.
Arkansas, hands down. It was like the best city."
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even. Yeah, it would be another half an hour interview.
It's
to
a
go
long
into it.
story. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But the one detail we loved the most is that they had a sign language interpreter. So
Oh, that's always good.
yeah, interpreting. Sam had some particular crazy lines in one of the sketches we did, and it was like, let's see what this lady can do.
Yeah. I also asked the cop there if I could shoot his gun, and he was like, they keep track of how many shells we have, but I have some extra ones in the car.
Oh
That
man,
sounds very Arkansas.
Sam and I participated in a hazing very briefly. It was a crazy night.
It is amazing.
Yeah, that sounds pretty on par for Arkansas. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. For those, again, for those who are on Tribeca, there will be a world premiere today at 8 p.m. at the Village East Angelica, followed by a screening tomorrow, June 7th at 9:30 p.m. at AMC 19th Street. One on Saturday, June 15th at 8:15 p.m. at the Village East Angelica, and a final one on Sunday, June 16th at 9 p.m. at the Village East Angelica. But thank you all again for taking time out of your morning. I hope this was a great start to your press day, and have a great Tribeca, everyone.
Thank you so much.